Welcome to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO. And for those of you that don't know who we are, Ron and I are the co-founders of the Ridge Project and the co-creators of the TYRO programs.
TYRO is a Latin word which means apprentice, novice, someone learning something new, a warrior. And out of our prison experience and poverty experience and entitlement mentality
and crazy, chaotic experiences, right?
We were able to come up with a powerful platform to help people be empowered and overcome any type of adversity.
Because we know firsthand what it takes to overcome incarceration, to build a strong, healthy family, even in the midst of prison. Yes, you don't have to wait till you get out to make your family strong and healthy. And so the things that we learned that helped keep our family together and grow strong and successful and healthy, those are the things that we then are teaching people coming behind us. We encapsulated those in our TYRO suite of programs and also deliver those through TYRO TV.
So we are excited to be here today. We have a great topic we want to share with you today, and we hope that it not only excites you and empowers you, but it really helps you think next level thinking, and it helps you go to a new level in your life, in your journey, right where you're at. Because as long as you have breath, the story's not over.
Right. You still have the opportunity and the chance to change your legacy, to change the outcome of your life, to achieve all of your dreams. Everything you ever thought or believed you could do, you can do, but you have to know how to do it, and you need to know who to connect to help you make it happen.
One of the things that we are always passionate about is what we get to do. What we get to do, despite our beginnings, right, where we came from. That was able to help us really understand what it means to be a husband, to be a wife, to be a family, and understand how to activate those principles. But we grew up right where you're at right now. I was 25 years old when I went to prison. Cathy was 24 years old. Yeah. But today we live not only a productive life, but a life that's thriving, where we're able to impart the type of anecdotes or the type of principles that we have been able to engage and empower ourselves. Now we can empower others to do the same thing.
As people poured into us through our journey, now we have the opportunity to pour into you. I will tell you right now, the #1 indicator of your success is the health of your family. And so dads, we are specifically talking to you. It is your job, your duty, your responsibility, and guess what? Your honor and your privilege to build a legacy of strong families. By leading well, by becoming a man worth following, and imparting these principles into your children so that your children can be successful, and that is your legacy.
So I hope that excites you, dads. We're going to get ready to get into this new topic, and we hope that not only...
So, Ron, what are we talking about today?
That's a great question. We're talking about getting out of your comfort zone.
Ooh.
Right? We're talking get out of your comfort zone, get up, and let's get to work. So stay tuned, and we're going to be right back.
TYRO Dads will help you to see who you really are on the inside by coming to terms with your past, present, and future. You'll begin to move forward by using your time on the inside to transform yourself. We know you're not the only one serving time. Your family is too. Overcoming the issues that existed prior to and during incarceration are often more than what many families can survive. TYRO Dads has a unique method of reaching and healing families based on Ron and Catherine TYRO's own personal experiences. TYRO Dads works exclusively with incarcerated fathers who have minor children. The program lasts for 10 weeks and focuses on intensive character development. You'll be taught to take responsibility for your actions, to own it. You'll be prepared to overcome the obstacles of incarceration and transition back into your home and community, both successfully and permanently. Upon successful completion of this program, you will earn the title of TYRO, which means a warrior, someone learning something new. You will be one of the honored, a man worth following. If you think you have what it takes to be a TYRO, or you want to know more, contact your local project facilitator or your institution staff.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO.
And today we're talking about get out of your comfort zone.
That sounded like command talk.
It is command talk.
Control talk.
Get out of your comfort zone. You want to move in this society. You want to move in this world. You can't be so complacent that you just put your head behind your head and you expect something to happen, right?
Ever. And so when we say we're talking about get out of your comfort zone, we're saying that there is no other option, right? You cannot stay where you are. You cannot continue to exist in a place you feel comfortable. Think about this. What are we talking about? We're talking about people. And you know what? I'm not even going to apologize if this is making you feel like, oh my gosh, she's talking about me, because I might be talking about you. So people that you watch them live their lives, and from the time that they are 18, 19, 20 years old, They never grow. They never develop beyond that. They're still that same kid hanging out on the street corner, trying to be the whole playa, right? Trying to get all the women. And now they're 50, 60 years old.
And they're
knock it off.
But not only that, that one that you're first describing are having kids.
Right, yeah.
Right? But you're still playing in a playground.
Yeah.
Right? And so when we talk about get out of your comfort zone, maybe you got to hustle, Dad. And maybe you're comfortable in that hustle. But that hustle got you locked up. Right? That's what we're talking about also. Get out of that type of zone mentality.
That's right.
Right? Where you're doing things that you know are you're comfortable in, you know you can win over, you can manipulate, you can take advantage of situations because you know the game, you know the system. Right. You know, we're talking about even break free of that type of mentality, that type of thinking, because in order to build a legacy, Dad, in order to create something that is greater than you, Dad, is you can't be doing the same stuff you were doing as a grown man or a little child in a grown man body.
And right? Because we're rooting for you, because we want the absolute best for you, we're going to tell you the truth. The truth is, I know it's scary, but what you have to do, you must get yourself out of the place where you feel the most comfortable. Because if the place you feel the most comfortable is the same place that got you where you are, then that place is actually destroying you. Right? So that comfortableness that you have, sometimes we get super comfortable. I'm going to use an example. So I went to the doctor, I'd hurt my shoulder, and at first the pain was excruciating, and then a couple of weeks later I said, you know, I don't really think it's that bad. And he's like, but there's no improvement in it. What happened is you just got used to living with the pain. And he says, and so your body will adapt to that, but that doesn't mean it's healthy and whole. And we're going to say that to you. You've gotten used to living in the pain and the mediocrity of your life. That doesn't mean that you are wholly living up to your purpose, and it doesn't mean that you are healthy.
So, I mean, just look at your life now, guys. And we're going to be real. This episode here, we're going to teach you how to execute. We're going to talk about execution, right? We're talking about executing a plan, executing a vision that you have, Dad, right? Of creating a strong legacy for your family. But if you're comfortable with the peers that you're hanging with now, and you don't want to go outside that realm of comfort because maybe you're intimidated, maybe you have insecurities, and you don't know if you can hang around the guys who are studying law or the guys who are writing their books, because your comfort in the team that you're with now, and maybe all they do is play handball. Maybe all they do is play basketball. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But if that's all they do and they're not trying to progress and grow in the environment they're in to become better, so when they're that they're able to take the vision, the dreams that they're having inside the penitentiary and then come outside and execute those dreams and visions, right? Get away. Run from them. You know, they're going to hold you back.
So we're talking about living up to the biggest potential you have, right? And that means achieving the things, the desires inside you, living and doing the things that you love to do that are healthy and bring success and prosperity. And when we talk about prosperity almost always doesn't come just in money. So the prosperity will be, you'll be able to provide for your family. You may not ever be rich and super wealthy, and that's okay. We don't have to be rich and super wealthy in money. We are prospering in health in our family. We are prospering in health in our reputation. We are prospering in our ability to connect people to other people. That prosperity you can put a price tag on.
Even in your comfort zone, one of the things is, can you be taken at your word? Right? Is your word gold? Can you take your word to the bank? Because if you're still in your comfort zone, now watch this, because prior to coming to prison, no one could take you at your word. And right now, no one can take you at your word. So if you're remaining there where you're comfortable, you're among your peers, you're still kicking it, you're not really growing, you're not trying to advance your dreams and visions, you're not doing anything to get closer to your visions and dreams, then you're still stuck to be a person who you cannot be taken at your word. Because people who can be taken at their word move outside what they're normally running with. They're going to go outside and experience something new, something different, something exciting, something scary, right? To build that, to build that reputation up.
I love that word, something scary, because change in and of itself is scary, even positive change. So if you're what we're talking about, and so we really need you to look and say, okay, is this me? Is this what I'm doing? Am I just continuing to hang out with people that think like I've always thought, that don't challenge me to do something different, to be something different than what I am? And if that's you, then you need to stay tuned, because we're going to tell you how to actually get out of your comfort zone. And we're going to tell you why it's so important.
Yeah, so we come back and we're going to talk about why. So thank you, and we'll be right back.
playing catch, basketball, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. These are all normal things on the outside, but many times are missed in a visitation setting. TYRO Dads brings the same fun experience to the inside through Family Days. As a TYRO Dad, you have the opportunity to participate in this fantastic event. Family Day is designed to allow fathers and families to engage with each other through activities designed to stimulate communication, learning, and play. Family Days will not only be a highlight for you, but for your children as well. The Ridge Project has strategically developed Family Day as an opportunity to help you connect with your child throughout your separation and help both of you develop skills to continue building your relationship when you return home.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron TYRO.
And I'm Cathy TYRO.
And today we're talking about getting out of the comfort zone.
Ooh, get out of that comfort zone.
And that means you got to get up.
Yes.
Right? Get up. Why is this important though, honey?
Right.
Why do you think that
there is not just one single reason, because sometimes people think, well, it's important to get out of my comfort zone so that I can get a job and keep a job. Okay, that's part of it. And yeah, it is really important. If you want to be successful, then you've got to do something different. You can't just stay where you're comfortable. Like, okay, I might say, well, you know what? I already know how to do this. And so that's enough. That's all I need to know. Well, then that's as far as I'm going to go. This world is changing all the time. So that's the first reason, is for your own success. But the second reason is, the truth is, this world is waiting for you to step into your purpose. And that means it's waiting for you to lead your children. This world is waiting for you to step into your right position so that other people can also be inspired to dream again.
You know, one thing that's happening to you, Dad, while you're in there is you're dreaming, man. You're imagining a life outside of prison. Every day, I know firsthand what I'm talking about. Every day I had the opportunity to imagine another world, another life. What if? What if I get home and I start a great job? What if I get home and we buy a house? What if when I get home I get my driver's license? What if? And you're gonna have
what if I get to have the life I always looked at and thought wasn't for me? But what if I could actually achieve that?
You know, but you have to be on this plan called the continuous improvement plan. Right. That means as you get out of your comfort zone, it's because you're educating yourself. You're learning and you're studying to do something that you normally would not do.
So instead of avoiding things that are hard, you need to begin to seek things out that are hard. Because the more hard things you do, the easier it is to do new things and do harder things.
So say that. I do hard things.
I do hard things.
One more time. I do hard things. That means you're out of your comfort zone. You're not going to get home. You're not going to sit on the couch and play video games all day long, because you're not going to make any money doing that, right?
So the more difficult that things are, the more challenged that we are. And if we're in our comfort zone, the more likely we are to look the other way and ignore the opportunity. When we pull ourselves, grab your bootstraps, pull yourself out of that comfort zone and say, okay, this is intimidating. I'm scared. That's human nature. I'm no different than anybody else. And if somebody else can do it, I can do it. I want to use Jackie as an example.
Okay. All right.
So my daughter-in-law, a year ago, started running. And so my daughter at that time, my daughter is 15. My daughter-in-law is in her late 20s. And so they started running together. And my daughter's like, man, I don't like to run with Jackie because she runs so slow, right? And I want to run further. I want to run faster. I don't think I want to run with her. So my daughter didn't continue to keep running. My daughter-in-law did continue to keep running. So it was challenging and it was hard. And she would run for a while, then she would walk, then she would run, then she would walk. Because she was determined, she wanted to run. A year later, she can run 7 miles without stopping. She can outpace my daughter, run circles around my daughter, and my daughter is standing there going, what in the world happened?
The turtle now become the rabbit.
That's right.
But we can use a lot of examples right here at the Ridge Project. You know, dads, check this out. The people that we've hired, you don't have to have a degree, right? They don't have letters behind their name, but they got passion. But when that passion equals purpose. And so what the profit, right? Passion.
I want to correct you. A lot of people do have degrees. Some people don't.
Right.
So we don't look at, the most important thing isn't whether or not you have a degree. It is whether or not
you have passion and purpose.
Right.
Right? And so if you got passion and purpose, maybe you don't know how to do computer things. Maybe you don't know how to do data. Maybe you don't know how to, but you apply for that position. Guess what? by you just stepping out into that type of arena or believing in yourself that, you know what, I mean, I know how to do this, but I'm going to learn because I want this job. I want to come and work here. So what is it, whatever it takes to show up and show out. This is out of your comfort zone. And that's what happens when you come to the Rich Project. We push people. You're not going to stay in your comfort zone. We want to use every talent that's in you in a way that will grow and help this organization get bigger and better.
So if you lack the confidence to get out of your comfort zone and you like being comfortable and safe, then this is not the place for you. But guess what? You can't be the best dad that you can be if you like to stay in your comfort zone. Because one, you're not going to lead as well as you could if you would just step out and take chances, right? Take some risks, some healthy risks. Number two, you're teaching your kids, you know what? Don't take any risks. And so then your children's self-confidence begins to shrink. Well, wait, you know, I'm watching dad and dad's like, no, you might get hurt. No, you can't do that. You're not smart like them. You can't do that. You don't know how to do that. And so then they restrict their own learning. You put a ceiling on them. So this 3-letter word you've got to add, and it's called yet. So when you begin to do that, the big why is, why do you have to get out of your comfort zone? Because your children have to understand that we don't get to do this yet.
And you know what? And you know, you said it. When you're playing with your kids, and you know, penitentiary puts us in a box, right? Even in our thinking. And so now we don't want to color outside the box because it's not comfortable to be outside the sandbox, or it's not comfortable to color outside the lines. Right. But when you're outside your comfort zone, it's okay. It's okay. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. Why is this important? Failure is not fatal, right? Failure is not fatal. When you're outside your comfort zone, you got to understand, that means you got to get out and try it. You might not be good at it, as Cathy said, yet.
And even as you fail, you gain more and more confidence because you learn so much in that failure that you apply to the next attempt. Right. So stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to tell you how to do it. How do you get out of this comfort zone that might be suffocating you? We'll be right back.
Dear son, it's been hard these last few years, watching you grow up without me in the picture. Never taking the time to find out how you were or what was going on in your life. You're just a boy, I thought. You don't need me. I didn't need my dad. He was never around, I told myself. But I was wrong, son. I'm supposed to be a grown man. I was selfish. I was stupid. I was thinking of me, not you. If I could go back, son, and change things, I would. It's taken me all this time being selfish to finally grow up and realize I need to be a responsible man. That's what I finally learned, not from prison, but the TYRO program. It's all about becoming a better, stronger man. Wish I would have gotten it sooner. Everything looks different to me now. I'm a changed person. I know I need to be there for you now. It's not about me anymore. It's not about being cool. It's not about who I run with. It's about mom. It's about you. It's about being a better man, learning something new in my life. It's about being a TYRO, a man worth following. I'm your dad. You're my son, and I love you. I am a TYRO. I'm a TYRO. Dad.
If you think you have what it takes to be a TYRO or just want to know more, contact your local Ridge Project facilitator or your caseworker.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tiarina.
And I'm Cathy Tiarina. And today, we're talking about getting out of your comfort zone.
You know, I know for a fact, being married to this woman,
uh-oh,
I am not allowed to be in a comfort zone.
That's true.
And so listen, dads.
That's true.
If you're not married, or if you are married, and I'm hoping that your wife is inspiring you to be all that you can be, right? That's one of the excitements that I get to be every day of my life, is that my wife is inspiring me to see an opportunity and thinking about what is it going to take to make that happen.
That's right.
Right?
I remember when Ron first came home and he said, gosh, I hope I can live up to all your expectations. I'm just, you know, I'm not sure I can actually do everything that you're anticipating to do. And I'm like, don't be ridiculous. That's completely ridiculous. If I didn't see it in you, I certainly would not say, hey, you can do it.
Well, here's how it went too. So as we were having this conversation, Cathy was slowly pushing all the bills and checkbooks and receipts and everything across the table to me. And she says, I believe in you. You got it. Take it. I don't want to do it no more.
Over this budget, pay these
right?
bills.
And I was like, and I pushed it back to her. I said, you know what? I know I can talk good. I know I can look people in the eye and I can apply for a job and I can do interviews. But a budget? You're gonna have to teach me how you did it. So
when we think about how do you actually make it happen? And so in order to really gain the confidence that you're going to need to make it happen, you actually have to begin to do it. Sitting here in your comfort zone, you can't sit there and wait. I'm going to wait till the confidence comes. I'm going to wait till I have this confidence.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way. It's
right.
like, you know what? This is stinking scary. I'm not sure I can do it, but I got to start taking the first step forward.
And in the first step forward, number one, say this with me, dads, number one is you got to be teachable.
Woo!
And that's huge.
The truth.
Because even in the penitentiary, you can learn and you can acquire so much wisdom and knowledge and understanding with the men around you. Don't let the blues that block you from learning and growing and become a better man just because you're wearing the same clothes. Clothes do not make the man. Man makes clothes, and there's so much intelligence, so much insight that you can learn for the good.
Right, that's
while
right.
you're in that place. And so as long as you remain teachable, that means you're getting out of your comfort zone to go learn something new.
The number one thing that stops you from learning is fear. You're afraid that you won't really understand it. You're afraid that people will find out that you don't know as much as you pretend that you know. You'll be afraid that you're going to fail. You know what? Put that fear aside. Because the most successful people in the universe are people that are constantly learning, constantly asking the question, can you teach me that? Can you teach me that? And then when we learn what everybody else knows, we are positioned for success.
That what stops you, that fear, you can call it ego, you can call it pride, you can call it whatever you want to, but really it's that little boy in you stopping you from growing up to become a strong, healthy adult and challenging yourself to do something that you normally would never do.
So the next one, so we've got teachable. The next one is actually applying what you're learning, and that equals hard work.
Hard work.
It's a big deal. If you're not willing to work hard, you can't get mad when you never achieve anything with your life. Hard work should be, the harder I work, the more fulfilled that I feel. Fulfilled, I feel.
There you go. Thank you, man. When I think about hard work, there's a lot of guys in the penitentiary that work out, right? I still do my best to work out here outside. But when I was in prison and I was trying to lose weight and trying to get in shape, I'm working out with guys who were not only doing more pull-ups than me, more push-ups than me, lifting more weights. They were seasoned weightlifters, right? But guess what? When they first started, they were like me. Could not do one push-up, could not do one pull-up, one dip. They were just like me at the beginning. But as I kept walking with them and they kept training me and teaching me, I began to walk with them on an equal playing field. I was no longer the student.
Yeah.
Right? So with time, even with this hard work, when you get started, you become teachable, you apply hard work, you go from a student to a teacher.
And then the last one is perseverance. So when Ron talks about, so he's there and he's working with people that are doing much more difficult things, much more exertion, right? And he's like, okay, oh my gosh, I can't come close to what they're doing. But that hard work has to produce perseverance that says, you know what? Just because I can't keep up yet doesn't mean that I give up. It means I keep working so that I can keep up one day, and then I set the bar higher. And so we add that word yet to our vocabulary when we think about perseverance and persistence. You cannot give up. Even though you might feel like, man, is it worth it? And back to Jackie. She did not give up. The first mile she ran, she walked, she ran, she walked, she ran. She didn't come back and say, forget it, it's too hard. She said, you know what, this is hard. I'm going to keep doing it. So think of this, teachable, and then put it into action, which is hard work, and then perseverance. And so think of TAP, teachable, action, perseverance.
TAP.
That's right.
So listen, we're going to come right back and we're going to wrap all this up when we do come back. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
TYRO Dads will help you to see who you really are on the inside by coming to terms with your past, present, and future. You'll begin to move forward by using your time on the inside to transform yourself. We know you're not the only one serving time. Your family is too. Overcoming the issues that existed prior to and during incarceration are often more than what many families can survive. TYRO Dads has a unique method of reaching and healing families based on Ron and Catherine Tiarina's own personal experiences. TYRO Dads works exclusively with incarcerated fathers who have minor children. The program lasts for 10 weeks and focuses on intensive character development. You'll be taught to take responsibility for your actions, to own it. You'll be prepared to overcome the obstacles of incarceration and transition back into your home and community, both successfully and permanently. Upon successful completion of this program, you will earn the title of TYRO, which means a warrior, someone learning something new. You will be one of the honored, a man worth following. If you think you have what it takes to be a TYRO, or you want to know more, contact your local project facilitator or your institution staff.
Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tiarina.
And I'm Cathy Tiarina.
And today we're having a great time talking about getting out of our comfort zone. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's, I'm going to be real, but that is scary. You know, when you're doing something you don't know what to do, you don't want to, you're going to be embarrassed if you fail and all those type of things, you know, but it's okay. Those are normal feelings. Those are normal experiences.
I remember when I first began to get out of my comfort zone after Ron went to prison. I'm on welfare. I've got my kids. And it was like, I remember feeling frustrated by my life, knowing I wanted something better, being terrified to actually take a step out and do it. And I remember literally getting so frustrated and thinking, oh my gosh, I have to do something different, and crying because I was so scared at night, right? And so I was sitting at the kitchen table. I put the boys to bed and I just broke down crying. I said, okay, this is so scary, but I have to do it. I have to make myself do it. And looking back on that moment, that was a moment of great change for me.
It was.
I overcame that fear of what is possible.
You know, I remember getting taken out of my comfort zone, literally from a family life to a lame life nonetheless, but I was still at home. I was still in society. But when I was taken from there and put into prison, right? That's taken out of your comfort zone, and you lived to tell about it. You were able to overcome it. You were able to adapt to it. See, so you're already on the road to success, right? And we're going to talk about that maybe another episode, really what that means. What does that mean for you? So we talked about today about you got to be teachable, right? Teachable, and then you got to work hard for it. You got to be a hard worker, whatever that thing is that you're pursuing, and you got to be persistent. That means you can't give up. We don't quit when we're tired. We quit when we're done, right, TYRO? You know, and being a father, your family is counting on you to activate those principles in your life so that when you come home, you're creating a brand new legacy, not for you, but for those who come behind you, right?
All right, Dad, it's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's time to do something different, create a brand new legacy, inspire your children towards greatness as you run after your destiny as well.
So thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. And always remember that we are rooting for you.